Hi everybody, Polar Bear here. And as you remember, yesterday I was at the emergency department getting a prescription for my infected belly button. But I couldn't get the prescription until today because the pharmacies were closed after I finally got out of the emergency department. Because they close early because on Sundays. So I had to suffer all night again. But here I have my pills and I'm taking it right now. But I had to cry. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Because the topical ointment has steroids in it. And that freaked me out. I read all those medication forms and they all say you could die if you get this and you get that. Symptoms from these. So I know it's silly, but I cried and boo-hooed and boo-hooed. Okay. Yeah, in today's litigious society, they will list every single possible side effect, even if it only happens to 1 in a million people on these information forms. And Amberlynn Reid should take advantage of the fact that pharmacists will consult with you on your prescriptions and answer your questions. Tell you which side effects are very common and which are basically listed because they've been reported, but they're not real frequent flyer side effects. And if you wanted to fill out the same kind of forms on food, a lot of those would say, this could kill you. And actually, Amberlynn is killing herself right now with food. I got a whole package of candles from Bath and Body Works. And we'll be opening those soon. But I had a small box with 2 of them in it. And they're broken and that's $50 down the drain. Amberlynn Reid, look at the paperwork that came with your order. It will have an 800 number you can call if you have a problem with your order. It's no big deal. You don't have to rush to the local store. Matter of fact, my guess would be unless it's a corporate store, they don't handle returns from the website. Now, as you know, I was diagnosed 4 or 5 days ago with bipolar after just 1 hour with the psychiatrist. Sorry about that. I had a pop-up message that wasn't important. But I had bad dreams last night after taking my medication, and I never have dreams, or I don't remember them, and I had 2 nightmares last night. And that's really strange, because I never dream, I never remember my dreams, and I never had, except when I was on Lexapro, and I dreamed every night then. Okay, it happens. I don't remember my dreams every night either. And I think the last time I had a nightmare was when I was about 11 years old. And I've read in the theory, and I'm sure there's multiple theories, that the only time you remember your dreams is if you wake up right afterwards. And that doesn't have to be like, fully awake, but, you might wake up for a second and that'll be enough to remember it. And then Amberlynn Reid said, I see my psychiatrist again in 3 months. Now today is day 2 of taking my antibiotics for my belly button infection, which took 2 ER visits to diagnose because I was over dramatic at my first visit. And it don't hurt as bad anymore, and it's not bleeding as bad. Well, at least it sounds like she's taking her medication and cleaning her wound properly right now. Now, let's talk about all the candles I got. I got like 18 candles at $25 a piece, and I can do that because we didn't have any spring and summer candles or enough wax melts for that probably won't use, and they'll probably just go on display in my bedroom. Oh, Jiminy. We've got a $400+ candle haul. We've had the $400 Walmart haul. We had the $20 Dollar Tree haul. We had the $40 mystery box haul. We had the $50 jewelry haul. And I'm sure we've got a tour haul coming up. So about $1,000 worth of hauls in this 100 days of posting. And she's complaining that, oh, these ER visits are so expensive. Amberlynn, you're going to have a lot of healthcare expenses. Quit spending hundreds of dollars on junk you don't need. Now the day everybody been waiting for. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But everybody, you, me, the ant on the wall, Kanye West, Mariah Carey, President Trump, Becky, the policeman down the street, and everybody in town, because there'll be a big parade, has been waiting for. I'm going to my weight loss doctor tomorrow, and I'm so excited. And I weighed myself earlier today, and I was 6 pounds lighter, and I'm so excited. Now, Amberlynn Reid did weigh in on this video, and she was 562.4, which is 10 pounds down from her heaviest. And she said this was like her first weigh-in in 2 weeks. Of course, she forgets to mention that she would have been weighed at the hospital during both visits. And one of the reasons they do that, because if they need to give you medication, they need to know your weight, because a lot of them are weight dependent. So, but anyway, she did give a weigh-in. She's basically kind of maintaining what she gained back, you know, plus or minus a little bit. No big news there. And my life's changing tomorrow, and I have Team LR for, I've got team members to help me with my mental and my physical and my weight loss. And I'm just so excited. But sometimes I think if weight loss doctors were so good, there'd be no fat people in the world. And tomorrow I'm creating a whole new life for myself based on what the weight loss doctor is going to tell me and have me do, and I'm going to do it. And yes, Amberlynn Reid was genuinely 100% excited about this visit, excited about the weight loss, excited about changing her life, and that's already out the door, but we'll discuss that here a little later. We went to Sonic, and I got just a single cheeseburger with mayo on it because I like it simple. And I hoped it had onions on it. Polar Bear, if you want onions on your sandwich, order it that way. Real simple. I'm sure you've custom ordered things before. And I'm so proud of myself for just getting a cheeseburger. Becky got a grape nerd slushy, and I would have gotten one of those too, but I got a toothache, and it hurt to eat sugary food right now. And as I've said before, people get toothaches and cavities. It happens. But she also said that when I was binging and go to Sonic, I'd get a double cheeseburger and a large onion ring and a large chili cheese fries and their Blizzard or Blast, whatever she called it. Basically their ice cream treat dessert thing, which are probably at least 1,000 calories. So she'd probably eat 4,000 calories at Sonic when she went there. So, having just a cheeseburger, we'll give her props for that one. Okay, the first part of this video was covering the couple days after Amberlynn Reid went to the emergency room for the second time. And this is the video she posted just about going to the weight loss doctor. And of course, there was some other stuff in there. But I'm going to give Amberlynn Reid props for actually going to the weight loss clinic. She was very excited about it. And I just wish she hadn't posted on Twitter that she disagreed with the doctor and wouldn't be going back, because in this video she's just all sorts of excited about what the doctor said and what she was going to do and how she was going to be losing this weight. And yeah, apparently Amberlynn has taken over. Okay, so she does a weigh-in and she's 562.4 pounds, which is 10 pounds from her heaviest of 572.4. And they weigh her at the doctor's office and she's 567, and that difference, you know, being that she's clothed in that at the doctor's office. And so we can agree that you should always weigh in with approximately the same clothing and such. And she shows herself in the doctor's office waiting to see the doctor. And then we cut to Kroger, where she's buying food based on what the doctor told her. But we don't see that. But she did assure us that there's another video coming showing that grocery haul. And then she, of course, had to stop and look at these really fancy soaps they had at Kroger that had designs in them. I think one was a horse. And they were like, I think she said $9 a piece. I was having trouble hearing it because the Taco Bell was kind of loud when I was there. So, and of course she had to touch all of them. Touch. Okay, and when she gets home, they're unloading groceries, and she shows the cabinet with their food in it, and she comments that there was lots of food in there that she wasn't allowed to eat anymore, and wondering what to do with it. And she decided just to keep it there for now. And she didn't say Becky couldn't eat it. She just said she couldn't eat it. Or the boys couldn't eat it. So, I'm sure Amberlynn has eaten it all by now. And finally, she starts talking about the actual visit to the weight loss doctor. And I have watched his online video, and he is a very strong proponent of surgery, as you would expect, being a weight loss surgeon. But the reason for that being is he thinks the right surgery leads to better long-term success, and he's really more of a fan of procedures like the lap band and the balloon, procedures that don't require amputation and replumbing. So Amberlynn says the doctor was stern and honest and funny, but he seemed rushed. But she said, he's like the weight loss doctor of the world, and I just loved it. And I honestly think she did. I think she was really, really excited about this. And this weight loss doctor has had bariatric surgery himself and kept the weight off for 8 or 10 years. And I don't remember what procedure he had, but I think he had it when he was a young doctor or a resident, which technically is a young doctor. Now, some of the things she said about what the doctor said are contradictory. And I think some of that is just because when you go to these introductory meetings, they throw so much at you. And it probably would have been helpful to have audio recorded the conversation so she could have gone back over it later for the things she's missed. Although I'm sure the paperwork that they gave her for the weight loss plan included a lot of information that was covered in the meeting with the doctor. And Amberlynn Reid first says that the doctor told her that she needs weight loss surgery and that she would lose weight slower versus not having the surgery, and covered the cost. And I think Amberlynn Reid said, I don't want to have surgery. So she says that the doctor said, your best bet is to follow what I say and you'll lose weight faster. Now, I know initially with bariatric surgery, you have a stomach where, you ever been in the hospital and they give you your pills in those little medicine cups? Your stomach is about the size of a couple of those cups. I mean, it's, it's there, but it's not going to hold very much. And then, of course, it'll stretch out. And the doctor said that he wanted her to lose 8 pounds a month. And Amberlynn just seemed like, well, I can lose 8 pounds in a week, especially initially. Yeah, she can. But she'll gain it right back, whether she's on Optivia or that starvation diet she was on when she was with Crystal, or she's just cutting back a couple thousand calories a day from the probably 6 or 7 she eats normally. And she can also gain 10 pounds in a week. The doctor said that since they were going to follow a non-surgical approach, that they were going to set small goals, which they did. And basically the doctor gave her a 4-year plan to get to 310 pounds with a weight goal each year. She said July 4th, 2020 through July 4th, 2023. Now, she said it earlier that the doctor wanted her to lose 8 pounds a month, which would have been 96 pounds a year, a weight loss of 392 pounds in 4 years, which would have put her at 170 pounds in 4 years, which would be a very great weight. And okay, but let's assume the doctor wants her at 310 in 4 years. And she said, oh, people are going to say you're still morbidly obese at that and you need to lose more. But she explained that the weight loss doctor explained that being 310 pounds in 4 years is better than 600 pounds here in a few months. Totally agree with that. I totally agree with the slow weight loss, because with really for long-term success, if you cut down to 1,000 or 1,200 calories a day, or 1,500, which would be at least a 75% reduction in calories a day initially for Amberlynn Reid, it's not sustainable. You're going to feel deprived. If you start cutting those calories back little by little by little, long term, give your body time to adjust, you're going to, you know, be successful long term, or have a much better chance of it. So losing with a goal of 310 pounds in 4 years, that would be a weight loss of 1.2 pounds a week, for a total of 252 pounds lost, and that'd be a weight loss of 63 pounds a year. And then she said how honest she was with the doctor about how many diets she's been on. And I used to work at a hospital that had one of the first bariatric surgery programs in the country and the state. And in my opinion, it's still one of the exceptional programs in the country. And they did an in-service, which I attended, and they were telling me, or well, they told the attendees that their average weight loss surgery patient has had 12 serious diet attempts and failed at them all. And of course, the doctor gave her a meal plan, and she went to Kroger, which I mentioned, to shop for all this new food she needs to eat, and that she'd be starting the program the next day on the doctor's instructions. And of course, we had to have a little bit of self-pity, saying that people were going to disagree with this, but she got this advice from a real weight loss doctor. And basically, not in so many words, she said, don't be hating on these. I'm trying. And she is. At this point, she was very excited. And next she said, the doctor asked her, how often do you weigh in? And she said, well, sometimes 3 times a day, and sometimes 1 time a day, and sometimes I'll forget to weigh myself, and sometimes I'll weigh myself every 2 weeks. And the doctor looked at Becky and said, throw out the scale. And Amberlynn Reid was like, what? Throw out my scale? No, you can't do that. That's just sacrilege. So she's supposed to go back in 2 weeks to weigh herself. And this video was posted 5.5 weeks ago. So she should have had 2 follow-up appointments by now. Which hasn't happened. And the doctor also asked her about her activity level, and she said, well, I can only walk about 3 minutes at a time. And the doctor said, well, I want you to walk 2 minutes at a time, 5 times a day. And Amberlynn Reid said, well, I'll have to find a way for that to work. And so anyway, basically she was very excited about this, and how honest she was with the doctor, and that she was on the road to a brand new life. And at some point she has tweeted, and I don't know the date of it, but multiple people have said it, that she said that she disagreed with what the weight loss doctor said and she wasn't going to go back. And I think that's a real shame, because now we haven't seen the actual diet and the food she was supposed to be eating. But, you know, if this doctor's only wanting her to lose 8 pounds a month, basically, initially, she's cutting out a little bit more than a package of ramen a day from her diet, which is not a huge change right now. I mean, that's very modest. It's about 400 calories a day reduction. And, you know, since she's eating probably easily 4,000 to 6,000 calories a day, you know, that's minor. I mean, that, you know, that's basically one snack. So I don't know why she disagreed with that. You know, I'm sure there will be a video on this in several weeks. I do apologize for the lawnmower in the background. Now, I will say this, and I've said this in a previous video, Amberlynn Reid's entire identity is being a fat person. You know, intellectually, up in the noggin, she knows she needs to lose weight, but she's not internalized it. She hasn't had the come to Jesus moment that this is killing her, that she's going to be dead by 40 if she doesn't lose this weight. And what this doctor prescribed was very reasonable, very workable, has all the earmarks of long-term success, and for whatever reason she's decided, I'm not going to do it, probably because she knows better. And I'm sure there will be some very convincing sounding reasons for why she decided not to follow this, but we're just going to have to wait for that video, and that will, based on how long she's waiting to post things, probably going to be, well, let's see, apparently she didn't go to the second appointment, or if she did, that still would have been 3 weeks ago. So we should be hearing on this in the next couple of weeks. And I'm probably going to be very, very strict on to why she gave this up. And I'm sure the other YouTube reactors will be. I'm just, you know, a little micro reaction channel right now. So yeah, she was very, very excited about this. I mean, genuinely excited. And I think that she was telling the truth, that she was excited. And why she fell off the wagon is because it threatened her identity as a fat person. So that's my comment on these last 2 videos. Hope you enjoyed it. Say hi, Polar Bear. Hi, Polar Bear. Always the comedian.